Almost ready? Go? Okay. Ready? Good morning. And I'm happy you're here with me this morning. And we are going to step into a little bit of underwater excitement today. And I'm Dr. Susan. We are here with Learn and Play and Learn. And we have our little turtle friend with us this morning, as you can see him up on the screen. And so he's a little bit about the underwater that we're going to talk about this morning. So I'm happy, hope you had a wonderful week and that you're here with us today. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And the first thing we're going to think about is the story that we're going to hear. And the story is about a little boy and about an aquarium. So we're going to see, and the book is called, we've got a copy of the book. Well, let's see, I guess I should turn it on for you so you can see it. Oops. Let's see here. Well, I'll talk a little bit about it until we can get the, hold it in? Okay. There we go. All right. Now we're ready. Okay. And we always have things like that, and sometimes it causes a little bit of frustration, but here we go. All right. We are going to do a book today. It's by Dr. Wayne Dyer with Christina Tracy, and it's called No Excuses, How What You Say Can Get in Your Way. It's illustrated by Tracy Budnick. And here's our little turtle holding a bunch of books that kind of is part of the adventure that we're going to go on this morning. So let's get started with what's inside the book. Ever since I was born, I have loved sea turtles. I drove my family crazy. Everything was sea turtles. Do you have a very favorite thing that you enjoy, that you really like and do all the time? Looks like he's decided. Everyone wondered why I loved sea turtles so much when I lived on a farm. They asked, why not cows? Why not pigs? Why not chickens? All these animals are great, but it was sea turtles that I loved. And I was determined to see a real live one. Here I am on my very first trip to the aquarium. So that's the bus that goes to the aquarium. He must be really excited if this is something he really wants. All right, let's see what he does. Boy, did I learn a lot that day. Not only did I see my first live sea turtle, but I found out that they are an endangered species. Endangered species means that they need care to remain and to stay here. I decided right then and there I would devote my life to sea turtles. And I met the perfect person to help me, Dr. Tagoria. Dr. Tagoria is a scientist, a marine biologist. She is an expert on the study of sea turtles, and her job is to study and protect them. That's quite an interesting job. I wanted to be just like her. I started visiting her whenever I could. I was very excited. I told everyone that I was going to be a marine biologist and save the sea turtles. My teacher said, wow, you have to be pretty smart to do that. Science really doesn't seem like your best subject. The lady at the shoe store said, that will take a long time. Are you sure you want to study that much? Mom told me, you know, we might not have the money to send you to college. Is there something you want? You may not need to do it. You may need to do it on your very own. So he had to start to think about all these things that people were telling him. Grandpa said, we are a family of farmers, and that is what we have been for a very long time. And your dad might be disappointed. Soon I started thinking about becoming a marine biologist wasn't such a good idea. I sat down and made a list. Reason not to become a marine biologist. I'm not smart enough. It'll take a long time. and it's too hard, my family will be disappointed, and it will cost too much money. Boy, that's a big, sad list. I went to visit Dr. Torga at the aquarium. I told her that I wouldn't be coming by anymore, and I showed her my list. She wrote something on the board. It says, excuses. Well, she said, that is nothing but a list of excuses. Excuses are just words that stop you from doing what you want, being what you want, and having what you want. For example, you want to be a marine biologist. You've heard lots of opinions from people, and now you feel there are things standing in your way for your goal. When you find yourself with a list of excuses like this, it's important to ask yourself some important questions. First question, why am I making excuses? People make excuses for all kinds of things. Excuses give us a reason not to do things that seem hard or scary. Making excuses can cause you to miss out on a lot in life. Next question, where did the excuse come from? You might want to blame excuses on your parents, your teachers, and your friends. But no matter what anyone else says, there is only one person an excuse comes from, and that is you. Why? Because only you can choose to use the excuse or not. Is the excuse true? That's the final question. When you say something like, it's too hard to become a marine biologist, or my family would be disappointed, do you know that these things are true? Are you 100% sure that it will be hard, that people will be disappointed? Of course you don't. The only way you will know is to do it and find out for yourself. How can I get rid of excuses? Wow, there's a lot of turtles there helping him along, isn't it? Now you know where excuses come from, why you make them, and how to find out if they are true. This way, you can spot an excuse the minute it comes up and use what you've learned to stop the excuses in its track. Let's see, the first sea turtle says, it's up to you. The second one said, no more excuses. The third one said, I like this one, excuses be gone. And the third one has said, go for it. To make or not make excuses is a choice you have every day. Now here's another choice. You can throw away this list and make a promise to yourself that you will not let excuses get in your way. Without excuses, you are free to be anything you want to be. When I went to bed that night, I thought of everything Dr. Yorga had said. As I slept, I dreamed I was swimming with a great sea turtle, a giant sea turtle. A whole school of baby turtles swam behind me, and I was surrounded by all the beautiful creatures of the sea. It was the best feeling ever. Isn't that a cool picture? And he looks really happy. When I woke up, I knew that being a marine biologist was the thing I wanted to do more than anything in the world, and that I would not let excuses get in the way. I got up and made a new list. No more excuses. And this is his new list. I am smart. It doesn't matter how long it takes. I will find a way to pay for college. I am not afraid to take a chance. Those are good, solid reasons. I kept the list and read it every single day. I was doing my homework and taking tests. I told myself I am smart. I believed it. When I was working in the snack bar, washing windows, cleaning, caring for dolphins, and earning money for college, I reminded myself that I was doing this to make my dream come true. Here's a picture of me on the day I left for college. I wonder how old he was when he got this idea. Just from looking at the pictures, tell me what you think. I was so proud of myself when I got on that train. Now I'm grown up, and I work with sea turtles in Hawaii. I am sure glad I did not let a bunch of excuses stand in my way. It says, do not disturb sea turtles nesting. Violations will be subject to fines. So they're serious about protecting the turtles. Now here's a little quiz that we're going to see if we can figure out which one of these is an excuse and which one is not. So let's look at the first one, and you just think about it in your own thoughts. You can say whether it is or isn't. I don't want to go ice skating because I don't know how to do it and I might get hurt. What does that sound like? We'll go back over the answers in a little while. I'm not good at spelling. Nobody in my family is. Think about that one. I want a new video game, so I am going to walk my neighbor's dog to earn money. I love basketball, but my cousin said I'm not tall enough to play. Here's another one. I want to sing in the talent show, but nobody else in my class is doing it. Let's go to the next one. Some people tell me I'm shy, but I know I will make friends at my new school. This book looks tough, but I know I'm smart enough to read it, even if it takes a long time. I'm not going to the slumber party because I've never slept away from home. All my sisters do gymnastics, but I'm going to try tap dancing. I really want a skateboard, but it costs too much. I'm the youngest kid to try out for the chess club, but I'm not going to let that stop me. Digging a big hole is hard, but I really want to plant this tree, so I better get to work. So let's look at the first one for just a second. It said, again, I don't want to go ice skating. Never been ice skating. I might fall and get hurt. Is that an excuse or not an excuse? I think it's an excuse. You can decide for yourself what you think it is. I'm not good at spelling, and nobody in my family is, so maybe I shouldn't try spelling. That sounds like an excuse. I want a new video game, so I'm going to walk my neighbor's dog. That doesn't sound like an excuse. That sounds like he's going to do that. I love basketball, but my cousin said I'm not tall enough to play. I've seen short basketball players, so I'd say that was an excuse he might be using because he thinks he's too short. Okay, I want to sing in the talent show. Nobody else in his class is doing it. Is that going to stop him? Yeah, it sounds like an excuse. Well, nobody else is doing it, so I guess I won't either. Some people tell me I'm shy, but I know, get the word, I know I will make friends at school. So that's not an excuse. He's going to do it. This book looks tough, but I know I'm smart. Sounds like he's going to read that book, so that's not an excuse. I'm not going to the slumber party because I've never slept away from home. That sounds like an excuse because maybe he's a little nervous about spending nights away from home. All my sisters do gymnastics, but I'm going to try tap dancing. That's not an excuse. That's a determination that he's got there. I'm the youngest kid to try out for the chess club, and he's not going to let that stop him. That doesn't sound like an excuse. Digging a big hole is hard, but he really wants to plant the tree. That doesn't sound like an excuse either. So that gives us a little bit of a picture as to what an excuse is. And this is the end, and the sea turtle is telling us it's time to move on for our next, what we're going to be doing next. So that's our story for today. And I love the story because I like sea animals too, and going to the aquarium, I like that too. The aquarium's a very fun place to go. And so if you would like a copy of those questions, I have them right here. Just text or just email me on my email, and I can send it to you. So you have a list of what it feels like or is to make an excuse. And one of the things about making excuses is it does stop us from going forward and actually trying something new. Lots and lots of times we think about all the things that we go through and all the things that happen to us that, oh, that's pretty scary. I don't think I'm going to try that. Yet it looks like a lot of fun and I might have a good time, but, and there's your excuse. So, and sometimes it's fear, and sometimes we think, don't people won't approve of us? And there's all kinds of different things for the reason that we make up excuses, so that we don't have to step out of where we feel comfortable. So today, I thought it would be a cool thing to have. We have that list of what an excuse is, but creating our own. Remember, he made 2 lists. He made the first list of why not to be a marine biologist, and then the other one was that I want to be that. I really do. So he had to make a list of things to tell himself that this was really important. And there may be times when he's scared. There may be times when the test seems hard. There may be times when the books are hard, long and hard. And going to college is a big thing. Just getting through all your schooling is a big thing. So there's lots of things that we learn and lots of things that we do that kind of go, whoa, that's awful. That seems awful hard. But we go ahead and do it anyway. And so that's what our list of excuses, of what's an excuse and what isn't. So I thought it might be kind of fun to come up with an idea or something you already have inside your mind or inside your heart that you'd really like to do. I know most kids at this age, we talk about, what do you want to do when you grow up? A lot of us just don't know. I don't know. I'm not there yet. But there's things that we really enjoy doing. And I'm going to say hi to Maverick because I know one of Maverick's things is he's very fascinated with World War II. And it's very interesting to him. And I can tell you, he can tell you more about World War II than I ever knew. And it's passion for him. It's something he really, really likes. And I know he just finished a science experiment on some of the things that relate to that. And I don't know if it's aired yet, but I'm not going to say. But anyway, I got to see it, and it was absolutely amazing what he decided he wanted to do. And he stepped out there and did it. So some of those things that, how do you encourage yourself? How do you tell yourself that, gosh, this test is coming up and I don't know the answers and I need to study and I need to read and all these other things. And then there are other things that are sitting on the side. Well, I'd really like to go out and ride my bike, and I'd really like to go play with my friend, and those are excuses as you decide on the things that you truly want to do. So I decided it would be kind of fun to make a reminder sheet, kind of a fun one. And I'm going to show you the one that I got almost complete. You're going to help me finish it. But it says, I believe in, and that's what it looks like. And I decided to do a seashell, or a turtle shell, because it relates to the story that we talked about. And I'm going to take you through the steps of how I created this, and then we're going to add a list of affirmations or a list of things to think and say to ourselves. Just like he read his list every single day, well, that's how we're going to do that. So this is a picture of the one I almost got finished. There's more that you and I are going to do together. But I'll show you how to start it and do it. Now, it doesn't have to be a turtle shell. It can be just about anything. Thinking of Maverick, maybe if Maverick was deciding he was going to do something in the military, and maybe he would use an airplane or a tank or one of those vehicles that represent the military. So the reason I did the turtle shell is because it represented the young man in the story. So the first thing that I did is that I drew a picture of a seashell, or not seashell, sorry, of a turtle shell. That's just the picture that I drew. And then I decided it would really be fun to do the circles, or not the circles, but the markings on top of the turtle shell and kind of make those like a door that you open it up and reminds you of what it is your desire is and how you're going to go about getting and being what you want to be. So the first thing I did was I made the shell, and then I took my scissors, you may have to have Mom and Dad help you with this particular part. But I poked little holes right here. I'm going to bring the scissor up through that so you can see the hole that I did. So I did like that. And then I'm going to take the scissors and come up from the bottom and go around. And on the sides, oops, there we go. On the sides, you can see that I did a dark black line, and that's going to be like the hinge on the door. So I'm just going to kind of turn this around so it's a little easier to cut. Okay, so this is where you might need help with from your folks. But you come around, and your scissors have to be a little sharp to poke the hole in there. The other thing you can do that I didn't bring with me today was you could use a paper punch, as long as it fits down your paper. Okay. So you see the black line? Then I made a dark black line right here. I'll put it this way so you can see it right here. And that's the hinge for the door. So you would turn it back, and there's the hinge for the door, just like that. Okay? So we'll go ahead and do just a couple more of these. And I find coming up from the bottom is a little easier to cut them. So you just cut around your design. And this, like I said, this doesn't have to be a seashell, or I keep wanting to call it a seashell. Doesn't have to be a turtle shell. It could be anything of what you have that you really, really want to do, or something you really want to accomplish. You can do that. So there's the turtle shell. Okay, and I'll do this first row. Then you can see what the next step is. Okay, so we go around like this. And these scissors I'm using are called whiz snips. And they go, there we go. And there's this one that opens different direction. Just makes it look more interesting. And then we're going to do this one here. And then I'll show you the next step that we go. And no matter what it is that you do, just so you make some kind of window, they can be windows, doors, anything that you want to use on that, okay? Now this one, and I hope you can see it, I don't know if I did it dark enough, but we'll go over them so you can see them better. But these are the blocks that are going to go behind the windows. So you can see that. Just like when you've read storybooks where the storybook has a little flap on the inside page and you open that up and it says something. Or sometimes we find those in books that have, this is the question, try to guess the answer, and then you open up the little flap and you find the answer. This is kind of like that. But this is your own special list or believe in affirmation sheets that will help encourage you and keep you on track for where your goal is and what you're wanting to accomplish. So you can do that, and once you get all of the windows opened up, then you trace the opening like that. So I'm just going to take this and lay it here. I'm going to grab the green pen, and you just trace on the inside of the opening. It's bumpy because of the paper cuts. Okay? So now you have, that's where that's going to go. There's that one. All right? So and then we'll just do the top row so you can see that. And you just, again, you lay your paper down, do your opening, and just trace around it. And that is going to give you a place, excuse me, where you're going to write, or it can be drawing a picture too. It doesn't have to be words. Sometimes a picture says a whole lot more than a lot of words. So if you're good at drawing and you'd like to draw, and it'll remind you of what it is your goal is, you can do that. That's okay too, you can do that. So there's the first line, so you can see that probably a little bit better, okay? So that's what it's going to look like when you get it all finished. And then you do have to remember to line it up, which I didn't do on mine, and keep it lined up when you're doing all the rest of your tracing, okay? So that takes care of that. So then we finish that particular part, and you come up with your title. It doesn't have to say believe in. It can be any title that you want that's going to move you towards your goal or towards whatever it is his was becoming a marine biologist. So that's what he did. So here's mine, and there's all the windows. And mine says I believe in. And here's the list I made up that goes with what? I guess I can put it here. It's probably hard to read. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I'm going to put this over here because I think you can see it from this one. So then we just take this off and put it over here. And then I have my list. So now I'm going to take the words, like I said, or pictures, whichever you want to do. And the ones that I came up with, and I have these fancy colored pens, which I thought would be kind of fun to write with those instead of just a regular pen or a colored pencil. So the first one, I'm going to be up and down with my eyes, sorry, where I'm not looking directly at you. So my first one I came up with, only I can do it. I can come up with what my goal is, and I'm the only one that can do it. So I'm going to write, only I can do it. That's the first one. The second one I came up with was, I believe. I believe in what I want to do. So I write, I believe. In this one. The next one is being what I want. So if you have a goal and a desire, you have to be that. Find things that's going to reinforce that for you. Say if you want to be, you really like to cook, okay? So one of the things that you can do to really keep that idea moving and something that you desire to do is maybe you ask your mom if she can teach you how to maybe make pancakes, or maybe learn how to make a pizza and cook a pizza, if that's something you really desire to do and be. And the next one is up to me. Nobody's going to go around telling me, oh, did you look at your list today? Did you do anything on your list that's going to help you move forward towards that goal of yours? No one's going to do that. It's all up to you. So then so that one would be, it's up to me. It's up to me. There's that one. And then the next one, and I think we all like this, when we do something or we have a goal or we have a desire that we want to make a difference, not only for ourselves, our families, but the world we live in, whether it's our neighborhood or our community. We want to make sure that there's something that makes a difference. I want to make a difference in my life. I want to make a difference with what I decide to do. So you can put the next one would be a condition. Now this list doesn't have to be your list, okay? You can come up with all kinds of things that relate to what it is you want to do. It's like when he was talking about going to work. I mean, he sold fast food, and he got a job at the aquarium feeding the dolphins, and he got all kinds of jobs that he did that helped him make money so that he could pay for college and become a marine biologist. So those are the things that he did. So that was part of his goals. One of the other ones that I like, that's important to me when I set a goal for myself, when I want to create something, I see it in my mind, and I try to get a feeling around it. What is that going to feel like when I accomplish that? And then be it, even though it may not be. He may not be able to walk into the aquarium and be the marine biologist, but he certainly can go and see how things are done and to talk to the people that are marine biologists and learn from them and do that. So that's part of being it too. You're taking on those things that you'll need to do that and to accomplish that goal. So that would be another one. I know we're not going to have time to put all these on there, but that'll give you a good idea. And the other words that I came up with was practice. You're going to have to practice. And practice also includes studying and taking the steps necessary to do the things that you want to do. If you wanted to be an ice skater, boy, you have to get out there and really practice ice skating. Baseball, same way. Any sport that you want to do, you do have to practice. So that's one of the things that really covers everything. And then the other one is set my goals. This week I'm going to do this, or this year I'm going to accomplish this, or next week I'm going to do this, or over the summer I'm going to do this. Okay? And then most important thing out of this whole list that we have is you have to take action. You have to get out there, step into it, and actually do it. Okay? So that's the rest of the list that's on here. And while I finish showing you how we do this last part is I'm going to take my list and my paper. I'm going to line it up, and then I'm going to take the stapler, and I'm just going to staple right here on the edge. Just like that. And you can staple the top and the bottom. I'm not going to staple the top and bottom. But anyway, you can take that, and then your list is a little more fun and a little more interesting. And maybe you could put it on, tape it to your door, or glue it, not glue it, but tape it to your bedroom door, or tape it to above your desk. And then that you can look at every single day. Only I can do it. I believe I can do it. I know I can. Being what I want. There's another one. And this one, it's up to me. It's up to me to follow through and to do the things that I need to do in order to accomplish it. Make a difference. I want to make a difference in what I do. Okay? And then that's the last one that we had a chance to write. But you'll put all your goals there. And this is just a fun, different kind of a way in which you can remind yourself of things that you choose to do. And then one of the bigger ones I put down at the bottom down here, I think I wrote it on this one, is no excuses. I'm not going to make up excuses as to why I can't do this, or I'm too tired, or I want to do this instead of that. Those are the things you think about. And you can still do them, you know, if you wanted to go out and play with your friends, but make a promise to yourself you want to get back to what you were doing. So you do get a sense of accomplishment in the things that you want to accomplish, and set your goals every day. So this is just a fun way to make a list of what you want to do and ways in which you accomplish it, and not let excuses stand in your way to be who you want to be and make a difference in the world, and for yourself and for your community and for the whole world, because you are unique and very important. So you guys have a wonderful week. I will see you again next Sunday. So God bless and love to all of you. Bye.